Hi! Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel and happy Sunday. I'm Gwenna the Winner. You're on my live stream, and we're going to get a little bit of work done today, and we're going to chat a little bit, and then we're probably going to be out right on time tonight because I am tired.
Me too.
And I know all of you are probably exhausted from your time with AWC. So we're going to say hello to the chat, and then we're going to hop into intros. The pinned comment is a subscriber a day keeps the dark thoughts away. Yesterday was my first time not having a new subscriber since I opened my channel, and I was a little sad. So please, please subscribe. Please do that. Lauren is reminding everyone to smash the like button. Hi, Lauren. Thank you. Hi, JC. It is good to see you as always, my dear, my love, my light. Nia is here. Hello. Nia, you can hop on anytime. You have the stream link. I am always here for more guests. As long as we don't hit 11 of them, I'm good to go. But if we hit 11, don't worry. I'll excuse myself. And then you guys can have a good time. StreamYard will block me at 10. JC is also reminding everyone to like and sub. And Lauren is working on book 3 of her Hunted series, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Nick here is not sprinting because he's at the parentals today, but is here in chat via mobile. Hi, Nick. Welcome back. Let me see. And yes, we do have a full house tonight. How did everyone enjoy AWC? Tell me that while you do your intros.
So, starting it. Hi, I'm Esther Marie Andujar. I am a Puerto Rican writer, aspiring to be a hybrid author, and I highly enjoy the conference. I had to watch most of Saturday because that was the day that I was very busy, but highly recommend Tiffany's and Morgan's presentation. They were fantastic.
Tiffany and Morgan. Tiffany.
That's so confusing.
Tiff, how did you like AWC? How was the presentation?
It was good. I think I got off the screen and I've done nothing ever since. That has been my focus of the evening.
Same.
I plan to continue that through your stream, so yay. I purposely told myself I was taking the evening off. I didn't even tell anybody in my house that the conference was done at 3. As far as anybody knows, I'm still in the middle of the conference. So yay.
Good stuff.
I did enjoy a lot of the presentations. I was very fortunate. I got to see quite a number of them. There's still some that I want to go back and watch. But of course, Morgan was amazing. But I knew she would be. I got a sneak peek of her her presentation ahead of time. I love DL Tillery. Nia, of course, like, oh my gosh. Although, again, I feel like I kind of had a sneak peek of that one, too, because I'd seen her process like a couple months ago. Let's see. Highly recommend MK Williams, I think it was. Mandy Lynn, if you're, looking to publish. Natalie Locke, if you've never done a flash fiction, definitely check her out. Laura Nettles almost made me want to write horror.
Oh, check Mama Maggie's
Mama
writing
Maggie's,
3.
yes.
That was really interesting. Really
I have to go back and watch Margaret's because, again, she was streaming at the same time I was. I'm not quite that good at multitasking. Let's see.
What do you mean you can't be in 2 places at once, Tiff?
I mean, I try. And one of the other ones that I'm really Ben Pick, I'm excited to go back and watch as well. But and Richard, because Richard. Who it? I can't think of who it is right now. But it was
What was
somebody
it about?
else. Oh, the website
Sacco.
for writers.
Sacco what? Tell me.
Yeah. It was playing in the background while I was freaking out about my computer. Yeah. And so like I I knew there was good information, but I was too freaked out about the computer to like take it in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's like plenty of other ones. Tomorrow morning I'll sit down, I'll make my own playlist and just go through. But yeah, great information, one and all.
Yeah. Jenna, what about you, ma'am?
I watched all of the writing track of AWC, so I'm going to have to go back and see everything that was in the publishing track. And I did a little bit of stream hopping, but I wasn't able to absorb enough information. So I think I'll be doing a few rewatches to get everything out of it. But I thought, as you know, for the first annual event, it seemed to go off without a hitch. I wasn't a presenter, so I don't know if that actually was the case, but it really seemed like it went so stinking well, and it was well received and well attended, and I think they just knocked it out of the park on their first try.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, that's how it looked to viewers.
Yeah, I don't. There might have been more backstage panic like Tiffany had, but once they got on camera, they had it.
Yeah.
I really have to say I agree. Like the ones that I did manage to catch some of, I was like, wow, this is a lot of information in 60 minutes. This is this is something I'm gonna have to favorite and come back to because my brain can't process stuff that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every presenter brought their A game.
Yeah.
They did. Like there was not a presentation that was lacking or half-assed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even the short ones, like the 20-minute ones, they were like packed with information. I was like, how did they manage to say so much in so little time? It's not even 30 minutes.
I did warn people I talk fast, so.
You do talk a little fast.
I said my clips.
I can't slow down, Tiff. Slow down. I know you said Scrivener in 60, but I need 100. I can't take 120 minutes worth of content in 60 minutes.
I have there's a photographer that I follow, and I think I've attended probably all of her workshops. And I feel like, you know how you see somebody, you're just like, we would be best friends. And she had me from the moment that she was like, okay, so just so you know, it's not that I talk fast, it's you listen slow. So let's get into the game.
Oh,
I love that. I love that.
I was like,
so
yes,
much.
This is like my sister from another mister. Like, oh my gosh.
I love that. I love that.
I was like,
so
yes,
much.
this is like my sister from another mister. Like, oh my gosh.
Ooh, we got some feedback.
It might be me since she just came in.
Whose feedback is this?
Is that you, Nia?
Not me, I promise.
yeah.
I think it was me.
It might
Usually
be.
me.
It's okay. Morgan, what did you think about the AWC? And do your intro as well. You have books that you have written.
Yeah. So I have, speaking of books, I have one book out right now. That's the first in my trilogy. The rest of it will come out this year if I have anything to say about it. So book 2 and book 3 will be out by the end of this year. I'll be streaming tomorrow morning, I think. I didn't pick up for work, and I'm canceling all the other shifts I picked up for work because that 2:30 a.m. was not doing it. I can't do it again.
I wondered how you were pulling through that.
Nope, I did it once. I can't. I stayed up for like over 36 hours after. I can't. Anyway, I thought the AWC was fantastic. Yeah, I there was a lot of information to absorb. So again, I didn't take everything in, and I went to a lot of presentations. So I have to go back and watch a lot of them. But all of the ones that were mentioned, I mean, all of them were great. Yeah.
I mean, I really think that's the good thing about a virtual conference as well, is that it's all recorded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nia, what was your favorite?
All of it. I mean, I literally felt like every time someone asked, that's what I wanted to say, because I was literally, I think it's been said, but I was blown away by everyone's presentation. Even people that you could tell that they don't normally do a presentation did so well with giving out the information that they wanted to give out. People who are just more used to just talking to people. Like, I got it. I'm just like, I really do, like Morgan said, I want to go back through and I want to watch them all. And the great thing about it being like this, because I've been to a lot of conferences where you literally have to decide which one you're going to go to. And at first I was kind of bummed. I'm like, oh, there's like 4 going on at one time, but it's okay. I can literally go back and watch it. It's there forever. I can make my own playlist and, separate things out, because there are things about that are more, because I know it was separated out into publishing and writing, but there's things that are motivational. There are things that, just a lot. I think we talked about it on one of the after party, like the mental part of it. So like there are more categories that I can literally make my own playlist and have them there for always. So I've already got ideas of writing for World Building on the Go 2.0, and been messaging with Tiffany, because that's something that I initially had wanted to do, was have someone who works in Word, someone who works in Scrivener, someone who works in, different programs, so that you could see how, because mine was very general, because I was like, I could literally take forever saying, if you're in Scrivener, do this. If you're in Pages, do this. But I'm like, no, just on your template, this is how you're going to do it. And there's more things. I didn't want to scare people who were pantsers, because the whole point of pantsers is that they think they can't do it, because they're like, no, I just got to write the story. If you tell me too many things, that's it. I'm done. I can't do it. So I'm like, if I can't explain it in 25 minutes, I'm going to lose my pantsers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, can I do this? Can I just get to the point and show them what you can do in 25 minutes? And then boom, you have a world Bible, at least a start to one. And if you keep, so I'm like, already I'm thinking, oh, I could do this. We could do a workshop. And I'm just like, it was great.
I great. Too,
I love Morgan's. I love Tiffany's. I'm like, I can do Scrivener. Like, yeah.
That's my takeaway from AWC.
I thought
too that they're all buying Scrivener.
One of the things that might work really good for pantsers, if they somehow make them kind of like a mesh between Maggie's what was it? Tree?
The tree. Growing the tree, because that's how they are. They're like, oh.
And Nia's presentation is like you're building your world and you're discovering your world with those two tools. And I'm like, Pantser, you don't need to plot really, but there's tools that will make your pantsing a lot easier.
Yes. Yes. I'm just like, it was great.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm like, this goes so well with Nia's presentation.
So what are we all going to be working on tonight? Tiffany said she's not working. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Esther.
No, you're fine. She's chilling.
I'm doing one thing. I decided that I am going to do a read along of my first chapter of my Kindle Vella, and so I'm scheduling it for next Sunday.
Nice.
Yay!
That's my only thing I'm doing.
I love it. Okay. Esther, what are you working on today, love?
I'm gonna be editing episode 3 on my Kindle Vella.
Look at this, a Vella crew. Taking over the YouTube author tube space. Bottom row, any projects tonight?
Yeah, I need to record a video. I need to do a review video, so I'm going to record that, and then I will be reading through the first 11 chapters of my potential, probably most likely going to happen in September or October Vella.
Another Vella!
I want to speak of that too.
Let's see. I'm going to probably work on my book 2 revision, because it's been like 2 weeks since I looked at it, because I've been doing AWC stuff. So
good stuff. Look at you getting back to it. after your grind.
Yeah.
What are we drinking tonight, Jenna? Along with what are you working on?
I made it to my setup and my tea is not with me. So that's the first thing I'm going to do on this sprint is go rescue my green tea with lemon juice. And I'm still working on the chapter I was working on last night. I'm about halfway through the third novella of the Sway trilogy. So making good progress.
Good stuff. Is that scuba diving information coming in handy?
It is.
For those who don't know, Jenna writes erotica, and scuba diving is apparently very relevant in that scene.
Yeah, I could totally get the reference. I'm like, yeah, checks out.
Alrighty, my friends. With that, we're going to go ahead and hop straight into our first sprint. Oh, hi, by the way. I'm working on the stuff I shouldn't be working on, which is, the fantasy series and not my villa. So we're going to keep working on that because that's what I want to do. And if there's one thing I've learned about being a writer for this long, it is follow what you are currently passionate about because the words become much easier. So I'm going to do that. And let's go ahead and hop into a sprint. Come on, Internet. We got this. Back on Laura Nettles timers because we love her. Let's go. Have a good time.
Okay. So it is Sunday afternoon. I'm going to get set up to. I'm vlogging. Can you tell? Sorry.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, friends.
Hello.
How did everyone do?
Good.
Nia, how was the filming? You're muted, baby.
I was just saying, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm more together than this on a normal day. It has been like a jam-packed day for me. We just had like a massive dinner, which I cooked oh my gosh. I'm just like, and then I have things to do. And we just came off AWC. I'm just like, I need to just take 10 minutes and do nothing. I'm at that point where I'm excited. I'm excited about all the things I have to do, but I'm literally like this at the moment. So I'm like, if I just take 10 minutes to sit down, which I haven't done yet, then I will be fine. So yeah.
I hope you take our next sprint to relax.
I'll do that before I actually record my video because I was doing my vlogging, the vlogging part. That's what you heard. And I was just like, oh my God.
That reminds me that I should be vlogging.
Yes, do your vlogging. Friendly reminder to all those vloggers out there who need to get it done. Get it done.
Yeah.
I do want to say hi to Comment, who came in and laughed at that scenario and then left. But hi, Comment. Welcome to my channel. It was really funny. I also want to say hi to Rachel, who is here for the first time as well. Welcome, Rachel. Nice to see you. And Barrett says he will be joining us shortly. I got 630 words. What about the rest of y'all?
Oh. So I added 18 words, and I only have 2 pages out of 5 to go through of that episode.
Okay. Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
I just read through my chapter for where I left off.
Awesome.
That's it.
Listen, sometimes you just got to play catch up, right?
Yeah, because I don't know where I was. I'm like, okay, this is what's happening.
I got 142 words, and I am very well hydrated. I had to start over with my tea, and while my kettle was going, I had some wine, and then I watered my roses, and I didn't realize that there was a rabbit in the rose bush, so I accidentally watered a rabbit also. So everyone and everything is very, very hydrated. 142 words. So I feel very accomplished. And sorry for that poor wet rabbit.
I love it.
You got a little bath.
Yeah.
I uploaded, or I scheduled my video, which was my one thing I said I was going to do. And then I was going to watch a video, and then Barrett texted me to get the link. And then we ended up talking the whole time because what he didn't tell us is that he's stuck on the side of the highway.
What?
No way.
No, they're at a gas station, but the car did actually stop.
Oh,
Oh, no.
That's horrible timing.
It's
Stay
a whole
tuned.
story. We had great stuff. He talked me off a ledge earlier. I think I might have stopped him from killing Ricky today. You know, it's been a day.
You're saving each other's life.
Yes. Moving is stressful. Moving on short notice. Wow.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I've never moved to a different city, so I can't even imagine what that's like. So
It's not fun.
no.
At least this is drivable.
Yeah.
I moved from Colorado to Michigan in 7 days.
I moved from Ohio to Georgia in a couple days too. Like
Yeah.
it was oof.
At least you don't have to pay for luggage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, being in Puerto Rico, that would suck.
I'm still paying all that luggage.
That's so.
It was very expensive, and I'm like, Well, I'm already here. I gotta pay it. Don't have. It is what it is.
We had a question in the chat, which was, would you present at AWC next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like everyone who presented said unequivocally yes. I love that. It was really that great of an experience.
I've got so many messages from literally people have left comments that this has completely helped them with the novel that they're working on. I'm just like, ah. So yeah, if I can help people,
yeah,
yes, absolutely, sure would do it again.
I mean, I don't think a presentation, but if they do a diversity panel, I will be very much interested in participating.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because I cannot really teach you how to be a Puerto Rican, but we can talk about it.
Yeah, I think next year I'll probably apply to be a presenter, but at this point in time, there was just way too much on my plate. I was like,
yeah,
no.
I think for me, the only thing that made me nervous about presenting in the first place, and I think I mentioned it in one of my blogs, is because technically I'm not published right now. I have had my work published by myself, via YouTube. So I've had my work out there before, but technically I'm not published. But I know that what I do works. So it's like, do I have any authority to speak on this thing? But people who have seen what I do have told me absolutely yes. And so I'm just like, I'm not going to step out of my lane and talk about things to which I'm not sure. I'm not going to tell you how to publish your books. I have no idea. I'm still learning. You know what I mean? So it's like, but if I have something that I can put out there that is going to be helpful, I absolutely want to do that, because I feel like that was, I think the overwhelming theme over the whole AWC was how much, at least in this pocket of AuthorTube, how much we want to help each other succeed. Like everybody seemed like they genuinely want your book to do well, want you to do well, want you to feel successful, and have all the tools that you need. That's just how it felt. It didn't feel like anybody was like, like me, buy my thing and boom. Like if they had something to sell, they're like, look, this is how, the thing that I've, taken the time to create, this is how I think it can help you. You know what I mean? So I liked it. I had a great time. Would definitely do it again.
I love that. I love that so much. All right. Then I'll get into one of my own questions here. The real reason you're all here is therapy. We all know it. I guess before I should do that, Morgan, is there any tea? Any tea?
No. I don't think I have any.
Okay. Then let's do a vulnerability check. How is everyone feeling today?
I have no idea.
No idea. No idea.
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just go and find some chocolate.
All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and start off easy tonight. I'm not feeling good and too deep because I'm tired and I will fall asleep. So let's see here. Let's go with, what is your fast food guilty pleasure? I'm a Taco Bell chick. Like, if I have to ruin my life, I'd ruin my life with Taco Bell.
I will ruin it for McDonald's.
McDonald's. All right.
There's something about their nuggets and their fries that I'm just like, I know this is bad, but I will shorten my life for one day.
Baskin Robbins.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
They're cookies and cream, or cookie dough ice cream in the waffle cone. It really should not cost $6, but if I'm in a mood,
you got to do it. You'll find that $6 in quarters if you have to.
Because I don't feel guilty about most of my fast food preferences, but yeah, that'd probably be the one thing.
Yeah,
more so I'd mess up my budget because I'm like
Yeah. When I was drinking coffee, I'd mess up my budget real quick for my Starbies.
Same. I was about to say that. If I'm in a bad mood, I'll go get some Starbucks and make me feel better.
It will real quick.
I don't drink coffee, but if I have a lot to do, I will go get Starbucks just because I feel as though I should.
Interesting.
It's like a cultural habit at this point. Oh, you're going to Target? You have to stop by Starbucks. Oh, you're doing more than one thing today? Starbucks.
Yeah.
What about the rest of you guys?
I don't eat fast food.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm trying to think, because I will on very rare occasion do like what is, I don't even know what things are called. That's how bad it is. Dairy Queen has the thing with
cone?
the Oreo cookies in it.
Oh,
the what?
Blizzard?
Yes, I will occasionally do a Blizzard. I don't know what fast food. It's
I thought you were talking about a cone, a swirly cone,
Right.
for a second.
I thought you were talking about a parfait. I was like, what?
It's
Like a chocolate dipped cone. Those are
You know, and I was like, but like the Blizzard is the flip, right? Because
Yeah,
they flip the
yeah.
Blizzard. So why didn't she do the flip?
Like, I don't even remember. Literally, my kids will be like, I'm going to such and such. You want something? And I'm like, nah. I don't know. I stopped doing fast food so long ago.
Do you have a guilty pleasure food?
Huh?
Do you have a guilty pleasure food?
Usually cupcakes. So I will go to like a bakery and get like a gourmet cupcake if they do. There's like, I'm so picky. So I have to drive quite far to get them. Like they're all in other towns, like in Wilmington, and then there's one in like an obscure town, and then Georgetown cupcakes, which I have to go all the way to DC to get. So I don't get those very often, maybe once or twice a year. But if I feel like I deserve a cupcake or something, I will get a cake pop from Starbucks. They have a really yummy chocolate cake pop.
Yes, they do.
Nice.
When I'm in the mood for a quick chocolate fix, I'll get their chocolate cake pop too. Like if you just have to like have some chocolate in your face, but you don't want to buy a whole bag of chocolate, it's the same price. Don't get me wrong. Same price as a whole bag of chocolate, but
It
you know
really
what?
is. That's kind of sad. Yeah. I would do that too. Yeah. If I needed chocolate, I'd rather go get a chocolate cake pop. And let's be honest, I'm buying 2 of them. If I'm going to go all the way to Starbucks to get one, I'm not going to get just one.
That's just being fuel efficient.
Yeah, I know too, right?
Jenna, do you have a guilty pleasure when it comes to fast food?
Oh, I said I was with you on the Taco Bell. I will order the entire right half of the menu if I'm in the right mood. Yeah.
I've done that.
Taco Bell just came out with the Cinnabon Delights, and I'm a harlot for those Cinnabon Delights. Like, I'll buy 12 and they'll be gone before I get home. They're so good. Oh, they're so good. Both Rachel and JC agree with Starbucks, and Nick agrees with us, Jenna, on Taco Bell.
Like Starbucks and Taco Bell are definitely winners here.
I do. Listen, it's so good. I agree with Nick, right? Like, I love it. It does not like me. But that Crunchwrap Supreme is real worth it when it's 1 a.m. and you've got a craving and you got to get somewhere.
I saw the most wonderful meme on Instagram, and it said, I've had Crunch Wraps more supreme than the current court. And I was like, I wish I were that clever that I could have come up with that. But I was like, Taco Bell needs to be capitalizing on that and get some merch out.
I love it
Your
so
Crunch
much.
Wraps are more supreme than our current court.
I love that so much. That's so good. Our viewers on Twitch just rated us, and that's really nice. Hi, friends on Twitch. We are doing writing sprints today, so please stick around and join us for some productivity. Listen, you haven't seen how quick I get through those Cinnabon delights, though. I just told you I had TMJ last night, but TMJ be damned. Real quick, I can fit a lot of balls in my mouth.
When we have these statements.
Just saying. And in regards to this, Miss Rachel, that is why I carry Pepto-Bismol in a bottle and I just chug it throughout the day. The spicy food doesn't like me, but that's okay. Let me see. Jenna with the T in it scolding. Yes, ma'am. Can we put that on a t-shirt? Can we do that?
I saved the originator's meme on Instagram. We would have to ask their permission, but I do think that it should absolutely be plastered on anything saleable.
Drippy, you're going to have to catch the replay on YouTube of my last stream to really get that joke. And it's just the last 3 minutes and you'll be good to go, my friend. You'll be good to go. Yeah. It is quite a slogan. And you're welcome for the stairs, Nick. I am an attention whore as well. So you know what? You're welcome for that. Awesome sauce. With that, I'll put up a deeper question on the screen and we'll hop into our second writing sprint. Are we all good to go? We want to do another? Nina, are you ready for your 10 minutes of quiet?
I am. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Let me see here.
I'm also trying to find you on Twitter or Twitch so that I can auto-host you.
I think it's GT Winna or Gwenna the Winna. I can't remember what I'm under.
I found you, so
yay!
I'm on and adding you. Yay.
This will be our next question.
Okay, but is it based off of the story or is it based off the turtle and then a rabbit?
Here's the thing. I want you to take this either as literally or as metaphorically as possible. Like I would consider myself a literal tortoise, but a metaphorical hare. And I'll go into detail more when we answer that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use my sprint to understand the question.
Right. Can I pick a different animal? I mean, I had a hard enough time with the, horse and the cat and the butterfly yesterday.
Animal questions really trip her up, Gwenna.
I see that.
I can't handle animal questions.
You have 25 minutes to decide. Let's go. Hi, friends.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. We are going to take, I need 2 more minutes to finish this sentence, and then I'll hop right back in. You know when it gets you in the middle of a sentence? I hate it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, got that. Which means I got 408 words. Wunderbar.
Nice.
Wunderbar, wunderbar, wunderbar. Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. How did everyone else do?
I finished the first edit of episode 3.
Perfect. Nice.
So I'm just gonna let it rest and we'll come back to it a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you? Nia, did you take your break? Are you muted again?
Yeah, I am. It's fine though.
It's okay.
I took a little bit of a break, but I decided to work on my thumbnail instead of not doing anything because I really have a hard time not doing anything. So I just thought maybe if I go to the creative side, that might help. So I'm getting some images and stuff for my video and working on my thumbnail for the video. So it's been nice.
Awesome. Awesome. Morgan, Tiff, Jenna, how are y'all?
I wrote about 100 words.
There you go.
Nice.
I thought you were doing revisions. Did you just like add words to the document?
Yeah, I don't know how many I deleted, but I added 100 apparently.
There you go. Listen, it's not about the length, right? It's about the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I should answer next after that sentence. So I got just another 50 words. We're almost to the good stuff, and then I'll really start writing fast. But I had to do all the setup and getting us to where all the fun stuff is about to happen. So I'm almost there. So
Nice.
just a
The
few
juicy
got where we needed to go. Yeah.
There you go. It was the face for me, Jenna. Tiff, how you doing?
I laid in bed. That was fun. And I binged I binged YouTube videos to see if I wanted to start a Twitch channel. Until the point I was like, I'm not sure I care. And then I watched Irish people try weird chocolate.
Interesting.
I love watching Irish people do anything because their accent it can be so hard to understand that nothing on the internet makes sense to them. It's so good. It's so good.
They were more fascinated by the bear surfing on the cover of the candy bar than the candy in itself.
It looks like we got a couple people hop in. So Laura Nettles is here, whose timer we are using today. Hi, Laura. And Jen is here as well. Hi, Jen. We've got the Gwenna, Jenna, and Jen again today. I love it. Love it. Do y'all want me to start with the comments on the question, or would you rather start with the question yourselves? How are you feeling?
Either. Oh, but I did want to say, Laura Nettles, her seminar for the AWC was so good. Her use of words, excellent. Just
Laura's a prolific wordsmith. I mean, just absolutely incredible the way she crafts her sentences and her flow. her descriptive flow is just like the beat of it. Whenever you read her work, it feels like you're reading poetry.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a great voice, the way that she approaches her fiction.
Yeah.
Drippy says he's a hare because he always gets lazy halfway through doing something, and I absolutely relate to that. JC says she's a tortoise, and that is because she is more the slow and steady type and methodical and analytical. Literally overthink everything because I have to be sure. I get that. Here we go. Laura Nettles says she's a hare with her writing. Lots of short fiction folds out usually, but with a novel, more of a tort-hare hybrid. Tort-hare. Love it. I can underwrite and do a NaNo, but then it takes a lot longer to revise drafts. Tortoise in all aspects of life here with Nick. Always thought he was the hare, but was really just trying to keep up with others. It's hard to fake the appearance of being a hare, but I feel like more people fake being a hare than they fake being a tortoise.
Yeah. Is that also mindset? And
yeah.
That 100% every single day, every single minute productivity mindset.
Yeah. Because nobody wants, well, I don't want to say nobody wants to, but when you're like, oh yeah, I just take my time to make sure I do everything. Some people, you get that feeling like, but you should be a go-getter. You should be going. And so sometimes people don't want to say, but I want to take my time. I don't want to just hurry. Yeah. So I get that.
Rachel says she's the tortoise and that she keeps going, but a hare in these spurts when I go all out in a focus over something I have to get accomplished. Hyper focusing is a thing. That is a thing. Esther says maybe 50-50. I honestly think this is a toss. Sometimes I take my time making a decision or will just up and do it. Not much planning or thought behind it. Esther, would you like to elaborate any?
So this, I really had to think about it because there's so many different situations that I either just jump head first and be like, I will just wing it. And probably halfway through we'll have to really bad because I don't know what the heck am I doing. Or I just lose steam because I don't know what the heck am I doing. And then sometimes I just research and think and ask people's opinion and their recommendations, and then I don't get to do anything. So that's why I think it's a toss. I'm never in a place that I'm like half and half. Really, it's just today I woke up and I'm just wanna plan things and really take my time, and then there's days like I'm gung ho, gonna go for it, whatever the heck it is. Just, I don't know.
I'm very similar in that I feel like I'm also like in real life, I am a bit of a hare, right? Metaphorically, I'm a tortoise, or did I switch that? I can't remember what I originally said, but I'm definitely I'm definitely a hare in that. In contrast to the people around me, I find I often want to rush to get things done, right? It's kind of like that hurry up so I can rest kind of motion, right? Like I am not the sort of person to stop and smell the flowers. If my husband does not stop and smell every flower, he's going to lose his mind, right? Like he is very much an actual tortoise. Like there is a reason a turtle is his favorite animal. I'm pretty sure it's his spirit animal. Like he is just very slow and steady and stubborn to a fault. It takes him years to come around to any suggestion I make. And that's okay because on most things, we're already on the same page, right? But in comparison to him, I'm very, hey, let's move out of the country next month, right? Right? And he's like, can we slow it down? Can you give me a little while to think about it? And learning how to be patient in that way and take life at a slower pace and really appreciate all the finer details of life has been a learning curve for me, right? But that being said, I'm also a tortoise in that I hate physical activity. I mean, absolutely hate it. I always refer to myself as a sessile creature. I will stay in bed all day. I will. And I will enjoy every moment of laying with those squishmallows in my head, doing absolutely nothing else. Nothing else. If I have to get up and pee, it's an inconvenience. I hate it so much. I hate it. Nick says he's traveling back home, almost there, and he's going to get himself into comfy clothes and an ice cream bar.
Nice.
And then, I know, I'm very excited for that ice cream bar. Jen got 222 words. Congratulations on your progress, my love.
Mm-hmm.
Laura got an email asking for advice about a short story collection. She was honored. Her response was like 7 paragraphs long, which reminds me of literally every time I critique anything for Tiffany.
You keep it coming.
And in case anybody wants the latest celebrity good news, apparently Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are officially married. Ben Affleck has a mansion down the street from where my father lives. And it's always very interesting to see what he does. It's just, keeping an eye out. What about you guys? Are you tortoises or hares?
I am definitely a hare because I rush everything and I don't like to take my time. And that's in every aspect of my life, like writing, anything. I don't want to wait. I don't want to slow down. Just let's keep it going.
Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm mostly a tortoise. I'm mostly a hare, but there are times where I have learned that I need to be a tortoise. So, but it doesn't happen very easily. Usually it's because I'm being a hare so much that the thing that I really want to accomplish isn't getting done because I rush, and then I also get very distracted, hyper focused, and then I'm like, oh no, where was I at? Rush again.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned that there are some things that are important enough that I need to, even though I know I'm going to be a hare, I know I'm going to be rushing around, I need to take this thing and not mess with it. It needs to take its time. It's a process for me to get there because I'll see the important thing sitting there, not where I want it to be. And I'm like, but I'm working so hard. Why is it not happening? Because you're all over the place, girl. That's why.
I would like to be a tortoise, but I'm not.
It's not easy. But sometimes you'll learn that you got to take the important things and be a tortoise with some of the important things. It's not easy.
It
and
is
I
really
can't lay down. I can't day nap. I mean,
Nope.
I was just like listening. No, I can't day nap at all.
Wow.
The sun comes up, I'm awake. If the alarm goes off and it's morning and I know that it's morning, I'm awake.
Yep. Can't go back to sleep. It's not going to happen.
See, I'm definitely the first person to make a decision and stick to a decision, but I think it's because I don't want to have to keep marinating on a decision. Because if it ends up interrupting, like if having to make a decision about something interrupts my midday nap, none of us are going to be happy, right? So I don't understand not napping.
Wow. If I want to lay down to rest, like if I'm really exhausted, I can try to lay down. I'm not going to go to sleep. I will try profusely. I will not go to sleep. And then I have a hard time also just laying down. So I have to put on an audiobook or a movie or something. If I have a migraine, I even have to put on an audiobook when I have a migraine and just have everything like blacked out and just an audiobook softly speaking. My brain is like, it's the middle of the day. Do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Wow.
like, but I have a migraine and I'm tired. Yeah.
What about you guys?
I think I'm a hare wannabe. I want to go fast, and when I start rushing, that's when I get knocked on my ass and I'm back to my true tortoise self. I get impatient with being a tortoise because I'm like, where's my stuff? Like, where's the reward? Where is it? Like, there's no instant gratification. There's nothing, it's hard to keep plodding forward. It's easier just to stop and give up if it's going to be this freaking slow to get where we need to go. And then I try to rush, and that doesn't help anything, makes things worse. Then I get knocked back into tortoise mode. And so I just have to do a better job of understanding that, tiger can't change its stripes. You're a tortoise. So don't rush.
And also remember, in the end, the tortoise won.
Yeah.
Because you stayed steady. They just don't give up and you win when you're a tortoise. When you're a hare, I mean, that one distraction can completely throw you off. So
I have two notes on that. One is my hair tendencies might have finally made a push for my husband, the tortoise, in that, how yesterday I was like, I might make my husband a pilot. We had the discussion today, and he's agreed he will look into pilot school. I know. So that's kind of nice.
Nice, yeah.
Pilot school is expensive. It will pay for itself within 2 years. I looked it up. They're making about $250 an hour right now.
My father is part of an aviation group, and it's not always the school that kicks everybody's butt. And you would get this. It's the practice, because you have to log so many hours of flying and having first of all, paying for renting the flights and then taking up the flights, but then just finding the time to do it is where a lot of pilots get lost before they get their license.
That's why there's such a shortage in that industry, right? Because they can't graduate enough people to make up for it. Yeah. I don't know. My husband's a bit of a workaholic. If I tell him, hey, you're going on a plane today, he'll be like, where's the plane? If I organize a schedule for him, he'll do it. That's horrible, but it's true. Oh God. Let's go into the comments. Jen loves snaps, and Laura can nap every day, and I feel like I'm among my people.
Yep.
Let me see. And then there was some more talk about Benifer.
Oh, I've had so much fun reading the Benifer comments.
Benifer comments are going to go.
Some of us have been waiting like 20 plus years for this.
JC and Esther,
we have been through
back and forth.
Lots of like children.
Who doesn't like who?
Yeah, at the end, I was like, I'm sorry, I just have very strong feelings about it, Mark.
I know.
None of them are good.
As an artist, as a person, he's trash.
Great voice, but back away.
Oh, I've had so much fun. And then Eva came in and she was like, what about Brittany and Justin?
I know. Where was it? Here we are. Are Brittany and Justin getting back together? What in the world? I agree. Sometimes you just have to shut your brain off for a bit. Y'all are so funny, honestly. I love it so much.
I had so much fun reading your comments.
I feel like that might be the reason our tortoise and hare conversation wasn't picking traction, because we were all very invested in the Benifer, right? We were all reading the Benifer as we were trying to develop our answers, and we all know we were reading the Benifer.
As soon as it popped up, my eyes went, and I'm like, oh, I gotta wait for Gwen.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then I was like, it's been over 20 years. I've been waiting.
Well, I gotta say,
finally,
me and JC are very pleased that we entertain you guys with that conversation.
It was wonderful. I do want to say,
not to spark the two of you, but I was like, when it first popped up, I went, oh wow, it's the first non-Latino that she married.
Yep.
I was like, huh, interesting. Maybe this one will work.
Yeah. I think it will really work because they met when they both were like really getting into their fame.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they are established and they already saw each other at their peak and probably at their worst, because fame can do a lot of things to you. So I think that's why they're gonna end up lasting a long time. And again, Mark Anthony is trash. He is trash.
Trash. I love it. Jen, thank you for the sweet comment. You made my night. Appreciate you. Eva says she's a tortoise until the last minutes before a deadline. Then she's a hare because rushing gives her dopamine. And I like that. Wasn't there like some recent study that came out about how some neurodivergent people's brains can only work under that last minute stress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a
That's
deadline.
common in ADHD.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I need a deadline because I'm like
Because
hurrying
I won't
up.
do it.
Yeah, I'm like hurrying up and distracted and hurrying up and distracted. But give me a deadline, and I'm like, okay, it will be done. It will be done by the deadline.
Mhm.
See, I need people waiting for what I'm doing. I don't need if I put a deadline and the deadline doesn't have a person attached to it, it's just like, well,
Mhm.
the day comes and go by, and I'm like, well, it was a deadline that I missed. But if
Yeah.
it's a person waiting, I'm like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
deliver, or I have to find a
Yeah,
a
but that's
real
a
reason,
deadline
not
that
an
you give
excuse.
yourself. Those don't
Yeah, those don't really
count.
work either.
Yeah.
That's just something you put on your calendar. That's not.
That's
No,
why my
but
book is still not.
deadline like your editor is waiting for something.
Yeah.
Your critique partner is like, I only have 2 days to read your thing, so get it to me now, or that's a deadline. That's when I'm like, oh, hang on.
Yeah. That's what
Wait
gets
a
me.
minute.
I'm like,
There you go.
Before we move into our last question of the day, I did just want to hit on Rachel Adams here, which was in response to you, Nia. I'm saying you can speak with authority on something you are good at, published or not. It's like working in corporate and you've had plenty of experience, but don't have an actual degree. Your experiences are valid, Nia.
yeah.
Just to yell that at you.
It's hard sometimes, but thank you.
It is. It is. It can be hard. I promised to only keep you guys here till 9, but I could probably do one more sprint. How are y'all feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working. So
I can
Keep
find
working.
something else to do.
Keep working.
Oh, guys, we may have an update.
Oh,
Barrett is home,
Mm-hmm.
but the car may not be so good.
Oh no.
Oh
oh
is he
no.
home with the car? Do we know if he's home with the car,
Okay, let me see.
or is the car somewhere else?
Does he need a caravan of author tubers to come help?
Yeah, because I got a few days.
I've got
Car did make it home.
I can carry a couple loads of household goods.
Yeah. So the car did make it home?
Yes.
What was wrong with it? A flat or an engine problem?
Hold on.
Yes, the caravan of author tubers.
I know. I was texting him the caravan of Arthur tubers. Okay, from what he told me, let me see. I have to scroll back up. He laughed at that with some crying eye emojis. Okay, let's see. Apparently, okay. It started rattling, and when it did, Ricky asked him as he was driving if he happened to notice the oil light, and he told him he noticed it on Saturday when he drove the car, and Ricky said, "Oh, he meant to check the oil." And the check engine light came on, and they couldn't speed past 45 miles an hour. But there was no smoke, no overhead lights. It was just the rattling. The car did not stop itself. They stopped the car.
Okay.
His mom came with some oil. So maybe that's how the car made it home, but he's saying it doesn't look so good. There's a word in there that rhymed with duct. Where he said what the car was.
It still might be okay. They may
Yeah.
have gotten oil in it in time.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I said. I don't think that it's like, because he was worried the engine might have locked up.
I may have made this mistake too one time.
I made it a
bad.
couple of
It
times.
didn't
I have
work.
made that mistake so many times.
Because
I keep oil in my trunk
one
now.
time the car was gone. I blew the motor because of no oil. But the other time, as soon as I heard the knocking, I remembered this has happened before. Put oil in it immediately. And it was salvageable. Yes. So hopefully there is hope.
Well, hopefully
if you
they'll
put
figure it out
oil in it
tomorrow.
and then it
'cause
made
his
it
last
home,
statement,
there's hope.
was this is not what I need this week. So hopefully they will figure it out. But yes. It doesn't sound like it overheated. So
Yeah. I mean, in the 2 or 3 times I've done that to my car, that was embarrassing to admit. All times it could be saved because I managed to just go purchase oil, right? Just add oil to the car, and then you get it to a mechanic, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll change your transmission fluid. It'll be fine." Right?
Yeah.
That's what they do. They just like polish it and stare at it and look at it funny, and then suddenly my car works.
Yeah.
what?
Last car caught fire.
I'm sorry.
What?
Wow.
You were burning it up, girl.
Oh,
Jeez.
This is what you guys mean by nice cops.
Yeah.
And you did not realize your car was on fire until the cops stopped you? Wait,
Where was the fire?
what? I'm confused.
You're okay, JC.
I'm glad, we're all glad you're okay, JC.
Yeah. JC, Hot Wheels carpenter, driving around, not knowing that she had a flamethrower at her disposal.
JC, your new nickname is officially Hot Wheels.
okay, wait. Go to the next comment.
It wasn't a full blown
Because I still feel like if it was smoke,
Where was the smoke? I need to know this. Where was the smoke?
You have to have seen it blowing into the window.
Did you not see the smoke? I just
Or smell it.
yeah.
I'm glad
Meet cute.
God or any deity you believe in protected you, because what? Oh Lord.
We love you, JC. That's the funniest shit you probably ever said on my channel.
You know, my first car accident, somebody hit me from behind and they forced, like at a stoplight, and it forced my car up under this truck. And then they drove off. And so the police came, and like at first they were trying to say that I did it. And I was like, no, I'm not lying to you. Somebody hit me. And thankfully there were witnesses like off to the side, and they, you know, corroborated. But I was on the phone trying to call my cousin to come pick me up, and I'm sitting in the seat, and the police and the officer goes, "Man, we need you to turn off your car." And I held up my keys because my car was off. And they were like, "Get her out of the car, it's gonna blow up, it's gonna blow up, call 911, get a fire truck here." And I was like, what? And my cousin's on the phone, she hears it. All of us forget. The car was fine. I mean, it was totaled because it, you know, went up under a truck. But everybody in my whole family, they like to this day, they're just like, don't ever let Tiffany call you from an accident because you will have a heart attack the whole way there.
Wow.
I was like, that was that cop. That was not me. I had no idea what was going on. But he apparently, you could still hear my engine turning even though I had the keys and the car wasn't on.
Oh,
Wow.
The fire truck came. They were like, "You're fine. I don't think it's gonna blow up." But yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
JC says she was rushing to pick up her daughter, and that was what was on her mind. And I'm glad you can laugh at it now. It would have been scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to know my first car accident.
Okay. For the record, none of them have ever been my fault, and it's because people in Colorado like to hit me. I don't know why.
I mean, my first car accident was because my brakes stopped working.
Wow.
That'll
Yeah.
do it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've hit 2 deer, and by hit 2 deer, I mean 2 deer committed suicide
Yeah.
on my car.
They're that dumb. I believe you.
Yeah. And then I got rear-ended by a 16-year-old, and that 16-year-old was the only time my car ever took enough damage to actually be totaled.
Wow.
It hit the frame in just the right way. We were passing by another accident, and she was on her phone. And then she, as I was braking to slow down for the big truck in front of me who was pulling over to actually like get the cars, because it was another, like an 18-wheeler had fallen off the side of the road. So it was like one of those big, like 20-wheel, like trucks trying to pull the 18-wheeler off. So he was pulling aside. So I slowed down. 16-wheeler slammed right back into me. I saw her coming too. I was like, this bitch is going to hit me. Sure enough, she did. And then she charged her phone in my car to call her parents.
I mean,
sometimes.
I was like, kid, I'm sorry. This is fine. Yeah, charge your phone. It's fine.
Yeah.
Jen, I remember when my brother was driving on some kind of dirt road or something, and he got a hole poked into the engine and drained all the oil. He drove it forever after that. Meaning he drove it without oil, dummy.
Wow.
The last was while I was driving in the city. I lost the tire just after the bridge, and there wasn't much of a shoulder. So I pulled off the exit right by Busch Stadium. It sucked balls. Oh, also, she's had tires blow out while at high speeds many times. That's what that was
I've
about.
never had any of this happen to me.
Me either. I'm like, I haven't lived. I've had a couple of accidents, but
I've only had one accident, and it wasn't my fault. So
yeah, none of mine were my fault. Even the ones that were my fault were not my fault, according to the court. And I didn't get a ticket. So
would have been having to stop by Busch Stadium. Like, was there a game? Because that would have been awful.
My first car was wrecked by an ex-boyfriend. The second blew up, and I've had this one for 12 years now. Jesus.
The third one is the charm.
Third one is the charm. I've slid under a truck before, Tiffany, too. And with my little 2000s Honda, I managed to salvage it, but that was an expensive fix.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Correct. Teenagers are wild. Yeah. You know what? That is what it is. I almost hit a deer once. I was in 2000. I legit closed my eyes and braced, and there was nothing I could do, but it didn't make impact. I got pulled over 10 miles later, bawled from the emotion. Fun. 35 and a 25. There was a small town was why I was pulled over. Careful in Central Illinois, y'all.
That's
I was like, I almost died though. Aw.
Let me see here. Oh, Jen's on her 8th car.
I'm still on car number 1.
Wow, you're on car number 1?
Yeah, but I didn't have a car when I was younger, so it's not that impressive.
My first time feeling financially betrayed by my family. Not the last, but the first time. Because this is therapy time, so you guys get to hear all about my trauma. Was the time I gave my mother $1,000 to buy me a car or put a down payment on a car, and she bought me a car off our great uncle, and it was a lemon, and she had put an additional like $700 or something into it, and she made me pay her back that $700 when the car needed repairs before it could even be driven. And I drove like 2 or 3 lemons after that before I finally leased a car, and there's no going back. Once you've driven a new car,
Yeah.
you're like, oh no, I'm never driving a lemon again, ever.
That almost sounds like my first car. I got mine for high school graduation. All my friends were mad at me because they were like, "You don't even have your license and you have a car." And I was like,
I'd be mad at you.
That I needed something to learn on, and I drove it home from my aunt's because that's where my graduation party was. My friend came over the next day because I had a permit, so we were gonna drive to like the mall. We drove out of my subdivision up to the next block, and it died, and we had to have it towed back to my.
Well,
And then it was a year and a half of it continually dying
Wow.
until we just gave up and was like, "You're done."
Wow.
And all my friends weren't so upset. They were like, "Yeah, okay, that makes sense."
Yep. Sounds like my husband. He has bad luck with cars too. They always just die on him out of nowhere.
No, my first car I got in high school, but I had to have a car because, situation, after my dad died, like I had to have a car because my mom had a lot of kids. And so I was like mom number 2, and my brother became like the dad. So my mom could work and go to school. We took care of the younger kids. So I didn't want to get a car. I didn't want to get a driver's license. I was like, I don't want to be responsible. And she's like, yeah, no, you're doing this. So, but my first car was a lemon. I mean, it drove okay, but I learned how to change belts. I learned how to work on brakes. I learned about changing tires, oil, all the things that I don't have to do now because I'm just like, if I don't ever have to go back, I'm not going back. That was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man, I don't want to go back.
This wasn't
Yeah,
my car,
it's like what you said.
but my mom had a car that you had to we had to keep a screwdriver in it, and then we opened the hood and we had to hit the starter while we started just to get it to go. And I think that was the most lemonish car we have had, where you had to hit the starter to get it to go.
On that first car, I ended up the right mirror had fallen out. The rear view mirror had fallen off. So whenever I needed to check my rear view, I held the rear view mirror up just to check my rear view. We had to replace the AC belt in the first 3 months of having this car. That was probably, I didn't get in an accident from it, but it snapped while I was driving. So I had to pull over and fix it. And then I actually had it until I went to Ohio, and the salt on the roads in Ohio rusted the underbelly of the car. And that's what finally did it in.
Oh, wow.
That was what finally took it out. So
Barrett said he does not need the caravan of Arthur Tubers. He's just sitting there literally wanting to scream that they messed up a car that they had paid off.
That's the worst. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Hopefully it's gonna be fine once they put new oil.
Yeah.
Like really new oil and all that.
I'm telling him if it makes him feel better, he has started a deep conversation of all of our painful car trauma.
Yeah. He might need to come back to the, I don't know, last 20, 30 minutes of the stream or so.
Wow. Listen to all this trauma in the
Uh-huh.
in the chat. Thank you guys.
We were in one car accident when I was little, and I remember it. The brothers that were right behind me, they don't really remember it, but I just remember that we were stopped at the train tracks because it was night, and we were stopped there, and then all of a sudden I just remember being jolted, and when I opened my eyes, I was underneath the driver's seat. This was a long time ago. We didn't have to wear seatbelts, y'all. So I was under, and people were trying to get us out of the car, and they're like, the train is coming. And then in my mind, I didn't know if we were on the train track, so I thought we were going to get hit by a train. That car was totaled. That was my dad's, had like this sports car, and we love that car. And my mom was like, let me drive it. And he let her drive it. And that happened. But she got rear-ended by a drunk driver. And they pushed her into the rail. But I don't think we were on the track. I don't remember, though. And no one will tell us. But that car was... But yeah, people were trying to get us out as the train was coming. And that's like basically what I remember, is that it was dark. People were pulling us, and my mom was completely unconscious, and yeah, just hearing the train. So that was freaky for a while. Every time I heard a train, I was like, because I was like 4.
Wow. Eva also had the train trauma, or rather her brother did. Miraculously survived getting hit by a train while driving.
Yeah.
Insane.
I'm trying to remember if I had like really big accidents.
And I am sorry for your loss, Jen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was hard to read. I mean, I had an almost accident because when I was a teen, I used to take the seatbelt part that goes in your chest and I just put it back.
Oh,
I used to do that too.
And
your parents let you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I didn't like it on my neck.
I was with my brother. My mom wouldn't let me do that. We were coming. My mother was she was on a trip. I think she was in Colorado. And we were coming from the wedding of one of our cousins. And my mom was like, you better be careful because your brother really doesn't pay attention. Anytime he comes in a street, he doesn't look to see if a car is coming. It's just, he doesn't care. So she's like, you gotta be careful and be sure you put your seatbelt on. On top of that, when we were coming, he and his girlfriend were fighting while he was driving. And I remember thinking, ooh, we're going to come up to this section. And I know this section has a lot of accidents. I better put my seatbelt correctly. And the moment that I put it, he got into an accident.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And the car that hit him on my side.
Wow.
I was just like, literally, I just put the seatbelt, got hit. And I was like here, like, oh, God. Yeah, and that was not fun.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, the anxiety can be real after you have an accident. I remember, and I don't know why. Now I love the sound of trains, but because I think I was very scared of them for a little while. I just remember my dad would always take us down to where the train was, and he'd be like, get me like an ice cream and be like, oh, look at the train, wave to the people. And at some point, I wasn't scared of them anymore. And now just the opposite. When I hear a train, I feel very comforted. So, even, yeah.
I love that.
I love the sound of trains now. But I just remembered there was a while where I would hear a train, like my heart would race. And I think I would probably get scared enough that my dad knew she can't live like this. Trains are everywhere. Better fix this.
Mm-hmm. I had a totally different kind of mom, Esther. My mom was the sort to keep me in that high chair, the strap, the high chair in the cars. She kept me in it an extra year because I was so small for my age. And I would complain about it like every day. Every day her response was, well, you can tell your friends that I am so sorry that their mamas don't love them as much as I love you.
What?
Every time. Every time. The passive aggressive Southern guilt just got me. I was just like, yes, ma'am. Understood. I'll stay in this till I meet the weight requirements.
Yeah. My mom just like, I know you're the youngest, but you're the one with the better judgment out of you too. So be careful.
Oh, I still tell my kids and all their friends to put on their seatbelts. I don't play. they've always known. Whenever I would take my kids and their friends somewhere, they're like, "Oh, we're with Miss Nia. We got to put on our seatbelts." I'm like, "How do your parents not make you wear seatbelts? What?"
Yeah. I don't start driving until everyone that is inside my car has
Same,
a seatbelt
same.
on.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
like,
after that accident, I'm like always seatbelt on. And if I catch someone getting it off, I will park my car
Pull
and be
over.
like,
"Yeah, I have stopped.
put it on.
I'm like, "We're stopped. Don't take that seatbelt off."
It's
I
the
will
reason
absolutely
my
stop.
father hates riding with me because he hates wearing a seatbelt. Like he absolutely abhors it, and he drinks too. So he'll be in the back with an open can of beer and no seatbelt on. And the last time I saw it, I was like, "We're not doing this. You know, you can pour that beer out and put your seatbelt on, or I'll pull over." Took him 20 minutes to come around.
Yeah.
Wow.
My father's like that. He hates seatbelts. He absolutely refuses to wear them unless there's a police officer or like there's some type of something, like if we're doing long distance driving, he'll do it. He's like, you don't know where a cop might be or whatever. But for the most part, no. He's not gonna put on a seatbelt.
Sadly, my brother still like he will put the seatbelt on and do what I used to do. And his excuse is like, it just wrinkled my shirt. And I'm like, well, your shirt is gonna get more than wrinkle when you get an accident. And he's like, you don't have to be so negative. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm being realistic. You're gonna get more than wrinkles if you get into an accident. Much more.
I want to highlight 2 more comments before we go into another sprint. Is another sprint okay with y'all? It seemed like that was the agreement earlier, but I didn't want to force you to hang out with me. You can absolutely dip out if you want to. Eva says, I'm not published, but I think I'm a strong writer and editor, so I speak like I am. If others want to doubt me based on my published history, though, I totally get it. I don't think anyone doubts you, Eva. Don't doubt yourself, babe.
Yeah.
Jen says, I don't think you have to be published to be an author necessarily. You can be strong in both writing and editing. True to both of those things.
And Barrett sends his love to all. He said he has spent too much time ugly crying and he will not be joining us.
That is okay.
I told him we love him ugly crying all, but he was like, I'm good.
Please give him a hug for us.
Yes.
Tiff. And with that, let's go into one last sprint. Here we go. Oh, nope, I hit the wrong button. Oh, God, it's getting late. Okay.
One more, Gwenna. One more.
One more for me. One more. It's okay. I'm going to get this work done. And we're going to share that. Boop. friends.
Hello.
Let me see. Nick has decided to make some curry. I love that.
Yes.
I love chicken curry. That was an excellent suggestion.
Yeah.
I thought it was worst comes to worst, but I could be wrong.
I still don't know. I Googled it, but like I see every option. So like which one's the right answer?
Don't know.
Ah.
Because when I say it out loud, it all sounds the same to me.
Let me see. I'm just catching up on the chat right now. It doesn't look like we. Oh, look at that.
I think it's worst with the T comes to worst first.
So worst comes to worst.
When worst comes to worse.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Let me look and see if anyone does it differently.
Worst is starting.
It might be one of those where it's because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm checking a couple of things first.
Okay. Google says the original idiom is worst comes to worst, but that logically worst comes to worse is accurate and is what is used most often.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like it's saying. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Awesome. So our last prompt of the day to talk about the next 10 minutes or so before we outro is one I really want to do more often. So we'll probably start doing this more regularly on my streams. The prompt is, let's breathe love into each other. Tell me one great thing about someone else in the AuthorTube community. And Eva was the first. She says, I'm going to keep it simple and shout out author JC Carpenter. One great thing about JC is her genuine nature, but also she's a great writer. And Laura is having a really good time reading the Successful Self-Publishing Second Edition by Joanna Penn. Apparently, it is good and to the point.
I have it. It's a good book.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I'll start on the prompt first, and I didn't do just one person. I figured, however, I would keep it nice and short and just do my co-host today. So I just have one nice thing about all of you.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So Esther, you have really big down to ride energy. Like, I feel like if I needed to kill someone, I could just call you and you'd fly out here and you'd help me, right? Like, it's really just that energy that you have. Like, if I'm ever in Puerto Rico, like, I feel like I could just go there to hide a body, right? To commit a murder, and you would be there for me, right? Yeah. Like, be down for all of it. That's just.
And we will do it with some drinks in our hands.
You know?
100%.
That's the vibe I get from you, and I love it. It's iconic. Miss Tiffany, Miss Tiff, you have an endlessly passionate creativity. Like, you're so creative constantly, and you're passionate about your creativity as well. Like, it just, every time you talk about writing, every time you talk about your photos, every time, like, your art in general, you light up and you light up a room with you, and I really love that. Yes, ma'am. Nia, you are so humble about all of your talent, and I know you called yourself a hare, but honestly, the day by day is just absolutely incredible with you. Like, you are so incredibly dedicated to this community, to your personal art, to all of your writing, and you do it day after day. And we all see you, but you're so humble about it. Even though you inspire all of us, you never get a big head about it. It's incredible how much you inspire everyone and the humility with which you go about it. Morgan, the hospitality and welcomeness of who you are as a human being, like the non-judgmental attitude that you carry about you in your everyday life. I don't know if it's actually non-judgmental, or if you are just that sort of person that someone can walk up to and tell their entire life story to, right? Because I remember first coming into the AuthorTube community, and your stream was actually one of the first I actually felt comfortable hopping in the chat for, right? I've been lurking for a long time, but you have a way of making so many people so comfortable around you that you draw others in. And I think that that's absolutely incredible. And then Jenna, the honesty and thoughtfulness of everything you say. It's a little crazy sometimes. I'm like, wow, how is she going to answer this so honestly? Even if I give like a very passive or crazy answer, it's like every time I throw something at you, you're like, how can I rise to this challenge and be as genuine and authentic of a human being? Like, you are just so authentic. It's insane. I love it. I love that there's no pretense about you. I love that you listen and you care about every word someone says, and then your responses to them are always, they're never dismissive, right? You always give thoughtful, complete acknowledgement of other human beings. It's wonderful. So those are my nice things about you guys. We'll hop into the chat while y'all marinate. And then we can come back to it. Let me see here. Where was I? All right, here it is. Tiffany is so creative. Yes. Nick got that same kind of energy about you. Laura says, Grayson Wild is an amazing human being, so humble and kind. They shared their art with me today, and it was amazing. Fun to hang out backstage with. Love that. Aw, thanks. Shucks. All right. JC says, I'm going to go very broad and shout Barrett, Tiff, Nia, me, Morgan, Eva, Nick, Desiree, and it's because I'm closest to you guys. You have such amazing energy and wonderful spirits, and the love you guys pour out to those around you is just amazing. Oh, make you feel seen and accepted for who I am, just as I am. I love you, JC. There's more I'm going to say about you, but I'm going to wait till you come up on my Friday stream, and then we'll do this question again, and then I'll get to say something about you. Aw, yeah. I can't imagine being part of a better group of humans.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Y'all are so sweet. This is some great. Oh, hi, Margaret. Welcome to our chat. Back with pizza.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. And y'all's turn. Just one person, doesn't have to be as in-depth about anything like I said, but you just one nice thing about one nice person in our community. All right, Tip.
As with Gwen, I could shout out all of you because y'all are amazing up here. But can we just take a moment for Eva? Because
that's
girlfriend like moderated everything this
Everything.
weekend. Like, she is mom, she is in everybody's chat. She is like always hyping people up. Whenever there's a giveaway, she's in it, she's involved, she knows all of our information. She might be the FBI, I don't know. But she's like everywhere, and she's just like amazing. Like, I don't even think we even know half of all of it that she does, but it just seems like how she has the energy to do everything she does, like, beyond me.
Yeah.
I was actually, when I raised my hand, that's who I was gonna say. Eva's one of the first people I asked to be a moderator on my channel. I would literally see her in so many little corners, just being friendly, and literally, she knows everyone's information, helpful. Even Eva's been great since very early on when I joined the AuthorTube community. And you never see her on screen, but I've had the opportunity to hang backstage with her, just talking sometimes. She's pretty amazing. Yeah, but literally everyone here in this
Oh, yeah.
community, it's just, you guys are awesome. You guys really are awesome. Gwenna's got this vibrant energy, just this openness. It's like, it's super cool. Like, I love it over here. I love it over here. That's why I'm like, as soon as dinner's over, I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go hang with my peeps because I really like it over here, for real.
Yeah.
I want to shout out what Nick said real quick. This question is too hard, but I do want to say when I was out of town and really roughing it during my school thing, Tiffany reached out to me via Instagram and during my crying spell, and it helped so much.
Wow.
You are a lot of people's shoulder to cry on, Tiff.
Looks like that.
I'm good with that. Bring me your tears. I'll just paint the names and you do characters.
Yeah.
Aww. Panini support group.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'm gonna shout out Nick. He has been so courageous to put himself out there in the chat, and the few times he has done lives or videos like he did with Barrett about diversity readers. And like, this is, I think, the team for this entire group of community. Everyone is so nice, so welcoming, so accepting. Like, tomorrow an alien can come and be like, I want to be a writer, and we're like, join us, yay. It has that accepting vibe, and he is one of those that, even though he's not someone that is constantly on screen, he's so nice on the chat, and he's so friendly with everyone.
Ditto. Yep.
Talking about you, Nick.
Like, he feels like a friend that you just know, but you at the same time know him for your entire life. That's the kind of vibe I get from Nick, which I love.
Alrighty.
I am going to shout out Shannon. She is not only my podcast co-host, but she's also my critique partner. And just like working with her, she inspires me just because like of all the work she puts into her channel, as well as all the work she puts into her books, and then like organizing the entire Author 2 writing conference. Yeah. She's like she's just so dedicated, and she's dedicated, she's welcoming, she's a great critique partner to keep me accountable for like getting my stuff done, because I wouldn't have finished my book if it wasn't for having Shannon like needing the chapters and me having to critique her chapters. So yeah, she's just awesome. And yeah.
Jenna, do you have anyone you want to shout out?
I do. Everyone in the community is just precious. So it's hard to narrow it down because, of course, Barrett is the fairy godfather of Author 2. And yes, everyone is so special and supportive. There's no competition. But a shout out to someone who's not here. It's Savion Taylor.
Yes.
And I happened to be on the first stream that he joined and started chatting in. And then it's so impressive. He's just exploded onto the scene and made himself a staple of the community in a really short time. He will always just drop into a stream just to say hi real quick between classes and make sure that he gives you a few minutes of watch time and hits the like button. And he's just everywhere. So he's really thrown himself into supporting the community and has made himself indispensable in such a short amount of time. And it's really impressive.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Savion, every time Friday rolls around and he has a stream, he shouts me out at least 3 times. Like, if he could raid from YouTube, he would raid me every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He brings such a new perspective to Author 2 too. Like, it's so refreshing. to hear him talk about his writing journey.
Mhm.
If there were an honorable mention, I think I'd have to throw in Richard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rachel will be mad if no
Yes.
one mentioned him. He will send the queen after us if we don't mention him.
You know, I'm not sure there's been too many
Yeah.
streams that I have been on where he's in the chat and somebody hasn't gone, oh, Richard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, the commitment to the community to at least try to chat while he was sick with the Rona.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
dude, just go and rest. I mean, you don't need to be here, but he wanted to. It was just like, Richard, just go to sleep. Just rest.
Yeah, he stays up for our streams and it's what, like 2, 3 o'clock in
Yeah,
the
like
morning
2,
there.
3 a.m.
And he's just
Insane.
like, I just wanted to come in and say hi, bring the chaos. Like, come on, dude. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Devin, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Devin.
Devin
Oh
is
my God.
For sure.
amazing.
Yes.
Devin is
I would
amazing.
not be able to be half as active in this community as I am if not for Devin's playlists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Richard never
Devin's
fails to make
playlist
everyone
really
laugh.
got me
Yeah.
started, but able to find new people
Mhm.
to stream with.
Mhm.
Devin's dedication.
I think Zara said that on a stream. She's like, if Devin's list went away, like we would just be like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do.
we wouldn't even know what to do.
Yeah. Because the search is like, it's not that good to find like the lives that we want to participate.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
I was so honored the first time I saw myself on Devin's list.
Yeah.
In fact, when I launched my channel, I made sure I checked Devin's list. And I was like, "Am I on here? Like, am I
I
there?"
know, I was like so surprised to see my streams on it. I don't. It's like I'm on
It's
it.
like a badge of honor.
Right? Honor tuber.
I
I
haven't noticed.
All right. Yep.
Oh yeah. And
There's
Laura's
so
comment too.
Yes. Also, yes, Margaret is definitely the queen of queens when
streaming,
it comes
yeah.
to books you've never heard of. 100%. I'm like, she'll mention a book. I'm like, I've never heard of this. I've got to look this book up.
Why is Devin's list like the gold standard of author tuber?
It just is.
But you know you've made it.
Yeah.
You're on Devin's.
You know, if you were in the academics, that will be the dean list.
Yeah.
The people that made it. That's
so right.
Devin's.
If Devin ever did merch, it would be like, I made it on Devin's list, and every author tuber would wear it.
Have it.
Yeah. It's like you might have made the New York Times, but have you made Devin's list?
Right.
Yeah.
Musicians always say they know they've made it when Weird Al Yankovic does a parody of their work. Like that's how they know. And Devin is our Weird Al. He's our Weird Devin.
Honestly, y'all, that's all I got for y'all tonight. Thank you so much
This
for
was
coming to hang out
fun.
with me.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Of course.
you.
We didn't do proper intros, but we can do proper outros. Will you guys please shout out what it is that you do, what it is, where we can find you, all of your work in progress, and any new releases coming out? Wink, wink at those who have new stuff coming out.
If you don't, I'm going to call you out.
Yeah, I know, right?
I will.
I will remind you. Be like in the chat, Tiff.
Yes, Devin does need 75-minute timers on
Yes.
the channel. He really does. We will go backwards today. And I will take it out last. So whoever wants to hop in can hop in. No one wants to do their outro first. No one wants to be the first to do outros.
I mean, it was confusing. You said we're gonna take it backwards, but
Right. I figured either Jenna or Nia would do it. If I said backwards, I figured one of them would do it so that it either goes like down, up, or like all the way around.
Like read or clockwise.
Yeah.
I figured I'd leave it to whichever the two of you felt brave.
Okay. I'll handle this. I'm Jenna Gordon. You can find me on YouTube and Instagram under Jenna Gordon Writes. I am finishing up the third novella in my debut erotic trilogy, which will be available on Amazon at the end of the summer.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so then it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We didn't decide.
Okay, my name is
like
Morgan Lee. I do live streams on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. I still have to set my stream up for tomorrow, now that I think about it. Yeah, that's all I have. I'm a co-host of a self-publishing Tip Tricks podcast with ST Houston and Running to Write Ben Pick, and I will have 2 book releases by the end of this year. Don't know the dates yet, but they're gonna come out.
Yay!
When you two have dates, please let me know.
Yes.
And you can get ready for her two coming out by reading her one that's out now.
Oh yeah, I always forget to promote that one. I have a book out now. It's called Seed Among the Thorns. It's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, anywhere you can get books. So yeah, check it out. Dark fantasy.
Yay.
And I am Nia the Vixen Fiction. You can find me here on YouTube. I'm also on Twitch and Instagram. I am writing things. I'm working on a comic, working on a Vella. I can't believe I'm going to actually do it for real this time. And I think I'm going to do a newsletter. I've been inspired by the AWC. I'm like, I'm going to give this a try. So yeah, be on the lookout. I have a Ko-fi, and you can find my things on my Ko-fi or on my YouTube. And Loki has showed up because he just knows when it's that time. And he's like, wants to say hello. This is my Brindle Pug.
Hi, Bug.
He's very excited. He behaved so well this whole time. And now he's like, let me have a moment. He's my writing partner, and he gets shorts on every Friday. So if you want to see cute little, very quick, so you don't get very distracted, very quick little video clips of Loki. And he's going to have some more stuff coming up too. So
Good stuff.
As my writing partner.
That's
very happy and very tired
of the conversation we had in the jiu-jitsu room or jiu-jitsu
jiu-jitsu room.
Whatever.
It's a jiu-jitsu.
We talked about newsletters. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Now I remember. Okay. Hi everybody. I'm Tiffany, TLRS Lifestyle on all the interwebs. What do I have? Let's see. I have a podcast, This Great Life. You can check it out. On Tuesday, Morgan Barrett and I will be starting a new show, The Writer's Room. I have a Ko-fi page. You can join that on my book club, so you can be excited for my Kindle Vella that's releasing on the 26th. I do PJs and Scribbles this month. It's S'mores and Scribbles on Thursdays. 6:00 Central. Come hang out with us. It's a good time. And I will be on Arthur Tuber's React with Nia on next Saturday.
Saturday. You got it all.
If there's anything else, I don't know. I'm not there.
Well, so I'm Esther Marie Andujar. I'm a Puerto Rican writer aspiring to be a hybrid author. I do have a coffee page, and I do offer commissions for Puerto Rican representation and Fat Plus Sign representation there. And as a sneak peek for the people that are still here at 10 p.m., the first episode for my Kindle Vella releases on July 29. Haven't said it. No one knows it. Just you guys.
Yay! Ah! Newsletter now. I forgot about the newsletter. Well, because I've always had a newsletter, but I just now made it active again when I did the Scrivener thing. I totally forgot about that one. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, JC.
Oh, and I want to do a quick shout out. One of us is gonna be streaming every night from Monday through Friday. And then Gwen is also streaming every Saturday and Sunday. So Gwen is on Friday, Tiffany's on Thursday, JC's on Wednesdays, I'm on Tuesdays, and Desiree's going to be on Monday. So it's
Starting tomorrow. Yep.
Starting tomorrow. Every night if you want to night write with us.
I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm going to end up knowing y'all better than my husband by the end of this month.
Right?
Probably.
You ask him these questions? Just curious. All these questions in therapy that
I
you
don't
put
have
us
to.
Everybody knows.
He, yeah, we get each other. It's he's fine. I don't need to know. We already knew he was a tortoise. My name's Gwenna. I'm at Gwenna the Winna. You're here on my channel. Please give me a like and a sub and a follow if you're on Twitch. I have a Ko-fi page that is down below. If you want to read my work, please read my Kindle Vella. Please do that. And more content coming as soon as I have the emotional capacity to edit my cell phone video.
That is hard.
It is very hard.
It is quite hard. And with that, we are going to go ahead and say adios for the night. Good night, everyone.